teachers, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, we talk everything special education. If that interests you, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and make sure to subscribe. Today we're going to be talking all about this para handbook and para training presentation that I created for my own paras, but I also figured I would share it with you guys too. I guarantee if you use these resources, you will make this back to school season with your paras much easier by setting clear expectations from the very first day of school. Go ahead and comment below and let me know how you do when it comes to working with paras. Let me tell you a little story. So my first year of teaching special education, I didn't realize how critical setting clear expectations with your paras are. That year, I had paras walking all over me, literally. Okay, not really, but not having clear expectations with my paras was probably my biggest rookie mistake I made as a teacher. And believe me, the following year, I did things completely different and the year went so much smoother. That is why I created this para handbook and para presentation that you can use as a training and most importantly, set clear expectations with your paras. Both of these resources are linked in the description of this YouTube video or in my TPT shop ActiviTeacher. So I wanted to quickly go through these with you. This is the para handbook. So this is something that you can print out and share with your paras. You can edit every single page of everything I'm going to show you. Here's the cover page, and the next page is what should you know about your job as a para. Of course, as I said, you can add or delete anything that you want. I'm just going to read through it. In this classroom, we work as a team. Your job as a para is extremely important. You will be making huge impacts on each and every student. Please make sure to always show up on time and leave at an appropriate time. No cell phones. If you ever need your phone out, please let me know and I'm sure it will not be a problem. I always make sure to sit down and actually read through word for word with my paras this entire handbook. I want my paras to know that I mean business and I want them to have very clear expectations of what I expect for the entire school year. Other information, I want to strive for our classroom to always have open communication. If you have any ideas or suggestions for me throughout the school year, I would love to hear them. If there is ever anything bothering you, I want you to come to me and let me know. I am always open to change. I want all of us to have a great school year and enjoy coming to work every day. I went to school to become a special education teacher, not necessarily be a boss. I'm still learning and growing in this area. Please know that I really appreciate everything you do, and as long as you're working with me, I will never undervalue the work that you do. Lastly, please respect my planning time. I put that in there just because I kind of had a problem with paras coming in during my planning time and talking, and I would never get anything done. So I kind of put that boundary in there for them and for myself too. Work hours and absences. So here's where you can list your paras contract hours. If you ever know you will be absent, please let me know as soon as possible. You can text me anytime during the night and day if you aren't feeling well and you know you won't be at work. My phone number is, and then of course put in your own phone number. Make sure to follow the school procedure for being absent, and then you can add in your school's procedure so that they clearly know the expectations that need to be followed. Confidentiality. As a para, you will be exposed to information that affects the privacy of students and paras. Legally, you and all school personnel are required by law to keep this information confidential and protect the rights of our students. Assume ability. Every child is capable. Do not assume that a child will not do something. Set high expectations for every student. Assume that every child can hear and understand what you're saying. Independence is key. I put this in here because I always had a huge problem with my paras just doing things for my students. And we know that if you do something for a child, they are not learning. We want every student to be as independent as possible. That means not doing things for them. We are here to teach and foster independence. There might be times where you need to sit back and not do anything because a student is being independent. That is okay. That is a good thing because you are fostering their independence. As we know in special education, independence is key. Here is the prompting hierarchy so you can go through this with your paras. Then I also included a page about accommodations and modifications. I really like to go into detail about the 4 functions of behavior with my paras. I think this is really important because as you know as a special education teacher, it's really important important to understand the why as to why a behavior is occurring. I just really like this quote. Understanding why a behavior is happening is the first step and most important part of helping a student overcome the challenging behavior. Then I go into detail about my students' behavior plans here. BIPs are legal documents that must be followed. BIPs are written based on an FBA, a functional behavior analysis, which identifies the main cause of the challenging behavior. The BIP focuses on teaching alternative behavior that replaces the challenging behavior. I think going through behavior plans with paras is extremely important. Keeping data. Use this page to explain your procedures for keeping data. For example, what kind of data is collected in your classroom? Is it daily behavior sheets, IEP goal data? How often should this data be collected? What are your expectations for the paras? What procedures should be followed? Then I like to include my own schedule so that paras know what I have going on and at what time. Then here's a place for you to put your own paras schedule, and you can duplicate this page if you have multiple paras. About our students. Throughout the next few pages, we're going to go through the students you will be working with. Please keep all of this information confidential. Next, I like to insert my student's photo here. I like to tell my paras about the grade that student is at, their IEP goals, their likes and dislikes, best strategies to use when working with this student, and any other information that's important. And you can do this for all of your students. Lastly, I like to ask my paras if they have any other questions, any other concerns or comments. And then I try to keep it positive by telling them that I really can't wait to work with them this school year. Next, I want to go through my para presentation. I like to have this para presentation on my smartboard as I'm going through the para training handbook because they basically match up. So here's a quick little video that flips through the para presentation. You can find this para handbook and the para presentation resource linked in the YouTube video description or in my TPT shop ActiviTeacher. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I really hope that this helps you set very clear expectations with your paras because it really is so crucial, especially if you're a first-year teacher. Trust me on that. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe. Don't forget to comment below and let me know if you have any other tricks or tips when it comes to working with paras. And speaking of that actually reminds me that I do have a whole playlist of YouTube videos all about working with paras because that was probably one of my biggest struggles as a special education teacher. So make sure you go check that out. I'll put that playlist at the end of this video. If you are looking for some free resources for your classroom, make sure to check out the links in the description of this video. Also, I have a bunch of activities available in my TPT shop that you can purchase for your special education classroom. My TPT shop is called ActiviTeacher. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great school year. Happy teaching.